Hi, this is Ken at the Rangefinder Workshop, and I'm here to show you what's in my bag. Here I have a Donkey F6 in ballistic black. It is my second F6. I've had one since 2007, and it's really the bag for me. It fits everything I need on assignment, and actually nothing more. Just everything I need, and that's about it. Because it is a small bag. It's great. It's really lightweight. It's compact. And it's really, it's really unobtrusive. No one really thinks of it as a camera bag so much. Just another warning, it is kind of shallow, so, if you have an SLR, I doubt it would really work all that well for it, but for a rangefinder, it's probably the best bag out there. Now let me just show you what's inside of here. Of course I have my M9, my trusty M9. I've owned for quite a while. I've always had a Leica of some sort. I've had an M7, an M8, and now the M9. One summer I actually owned an R3A that I used when I biked across the country, and that was great to have. My M9 is custom outfitted. It's got a grip tack grip that I replaced myself. And these are available from a little online store called cameraleather.com. They're actually more expensive than they used to be. I think they run about $40. I think I got mine for like $25 or so. But it just adds a rubber grip to the camera, and it makes it a lot easier to hold. And I can't say enough about it. It's just wonderful. The strap I use is an up strap. And a funny story about this, I was actually wandering around the New York Photo Expo a few years ago, and I saw it on a camera. It wasn't the up strap booth. It was a booth for something else, but it had the up strap on it, and I was like, oh, that's an awesome strap. And it's really great. It's long, it's really strong, and I'm a big fan. So that's my camera. I carry 4 lenses with me, one on the body, which is usually the 50 chron or the 35 chron I typically leave on the body, and it fits in the bag with the lens on, which is great. The other lenses that I often have with me, or always have with me actually, are the 25 Biogon. I use this a lot for real estate assignments or group shots, and you can get creative with it. You can use it just the same way you use any other wide lens. I also have the 35 Summicron, and this is the older design. This is the version 4, and a great thing about this is that it's kind of a legendary lens. It's got its own nickname. It's called the King of Bokeh. And that's because it's got these 10 aperture blades, which not even the modern lenses have. And it just gives you a really smooth, creamy background. It's probably one of my favorite lenses. I'd say it's on my camera like maybe 70% of the time. Another lens I use is the old style 90 Summicron with a built-in hood. And this lens, I don't really use it all that often, but when I need it, it's great to have. And that's it for my lenses. Another thing I keep in the bag is a flash. And the flash is always a great thing to have. I rarely use a flash, but when I need one, it's great to have it. This is the Metz 20C-2. It's a non-dedicated flash. There's no contacts other than the center point contact. I have modded it a little bit to fit in the Leica better. It fits just fine as is, but the Leica tends to have this little notch in the front, and it just makes non-Leica brand flashes fit a little loose, and just modding the plastic there and filing it down just makes it fit more snug and more secure. A great thing about this flash is it tilts. Not a lot of small flashes tilt. A lot of them are just direct. And if you always have the option, it's always better to use a bounce flash than it is a direct flash. Another great thing about this flash is that it's got a little sync port here, and let me show you one of the things I also keep in my bag is a flash trigger, and this is the microsync radio trigger. This part goes on the camera in the hot shoot, and this is the sync that goes to the flash. And if you just connect a quick sync cable, as I'm about to do here, one end into the flash, and the other end into the microsync receiver. Let me just turn this on. You see, we can get, wait for it, and there we go. Quick off-camera flash, just like that. Let me just fire another one more time. It's a little bit slow at full power, and then there we go. It's just that easy. Very compact, very handy. You can just throw this, you can just point this at the wall and get some quick bounce when you're using the Leica. I also have in here my trusty recorder. You know, as a news photographer, it's always important to get information about what you're covering, because you're a journalist still. You're a photojournalist. You tell your story through pictures, but you know, you need to write your own captions. And I think that's what a lot of people are, you know, forgetting about journalism. It's not just taking pictures, it's gathering information as well. And having a recorder on hand is very useful. A lot of times people will come up to me, they want to talk to me, especially when I'm the only one there. A lot of times I'll get assignments where they just send a photographer. And it always helps me just to grab some audio, just to have the context of what's going on for my captions. And this is the Tascam DR-40 with the Audio-Technica AT8010 microphone. And it's a really compact and light setup. The microphone is actually heavier and costlier than the actual recorder, but it's just really great to have on hand. As you can see, I'm a member of the Gaffer Tape Club. I have gaffer tape on my mic and over my red dot over here, if you can see that. And it just adds a little bit of grip to the microphone. The built-in mics are cardioid mics, so they're really directional. The AT8010 is an omnidirectional microphone, so it picks up audio from a broad source, which is great for a photographer because you don't just get the person you're interviewing, you get the ambiance of the scene. I can actually just turn this on and listen to the room and get a sense of what's going on, which is great for audio slideshows. So that's that. As you can see, it's XLR, which is great. And I also keep an XLR cable in here with me in the front zipper pouch. And another reason why this is really useful is because if you're doing a press conference, typically political press conferences or police press conferences will have a mult box, which is just like a little box full of outputs that connects from the one microphone at the podium to everyone else. And you can just plug this in and grab that audio, and I've done it more than once where I've grabbed that audio and sent it to the reporter, and the reporter writes a story based off of that press conference and doesn't have to leave the office. Sadly, I do have to leave the office, but it really makes you a valuable asset to a newsroom to be able to do something like that. This is a handy little SD card organizer. The Leica M9 uses SD cards, and this was actually a gift. I used to just have my cards floating around loosely, but having this little organizer to keep them all neat and tidy really helps out. So I know what's full, what's not, what's got something on it, what I need to back up. Another thing I have on hand is a backup battery for my cell phone. And this is my cell phone, the Samsung Galaxy S2. And a great thing about this phone is I can just pull off the cover, throw in a spare battery, and I always have power with me. I'm never without it. And you never want to be without your phone, because if an editor calls you in a fit, or you have to tell your editor something's going on, you always got to have that phone at the ready. I don't have to spend my time looking for an outlet or sit next to an outlet. I'm always on the go. So that's a Domke F-6. Like I said, there's the main compartment here, and then the front zipper pouch, which is handy. There's also a little mesh compartment here. Again, I have another battery in here just in case. Lens wipes, gels for the flash, just in case. There's also a little pocket here that I keep a notepad and pen. Now, a notepad and pen are very versatile. I use it to jot down quick names when I'm on assignment, locations, the context of the photograph, what's going on, why am I there, that kind of thing. Just real simple stuff. A notepad is just a really useful thing to always have on hand. And that is the Domke F6, or rather my Domke F6, and what I keep in my camera bag. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it.